This guy stole a house in Portland, Oregon, and posted exactly how he did it. How is this stuff legal? Take a look, man.
This is how I stole a house in Portland, Oregon, and totally got away with it. So the first thing I did was find a vacant house that somebody was trying to rent. Next, I looked up how to break into a lockbox without using force. Thanks, YouTube.
How is that on YouTube? How are some things banned from YouTube and not allowed on there? But that's just crazy.
Next, I forged some documents. This made it look like I had a lease agreement, and I called the utility companies and had the utilities put in my name. I'm not going to pay them, but they don't know that.
I just got to say, as a landlord, trying to get utilities switched is such a pain in the butt that it just really amazes me he's able to do that easily.
When the owner showed up, I politely explained that this was my house now, and they need to leave. So they call the police, and I show them my lease agreement and the utility bills, and they tell the owner that this is a civil matter, and they've got to sue me.
That is crazy to me. I know what's coming. This is just incredible. I can't believe that stuff like this is allowed.
This made the owner super angry, so she lawyers up and tries to evict me. Of course, I can't afford a lawyer, so I call up a tenant advocacy group who gives me a lawyer that's 100% free and funded by taxpayers. So my out-of-pocket is still $0. So this lawyer fights on my behalf for months and months, really driving the owner crazy and costing her tens of thousands of dollars.
How does that make you feel, right? It's paid by the taxpayer, the lawyer, right? Put it in the comments below. Let me know. Does that upset you that this is, first of all, it is okay and no one's going to jail, it seems like, for this. And the lawyer is paid for by the taxpayer. Let me know in the comments. What do you think about that?
Finally, the owner decided it would be cheaper to just give me a chunk of cash to leave rather than continue paying the lawyer. So she writes me a check for $10K and I move out. I didn't even have to clean the place up, and that's a good thing because I do a lot of drugs and the house looks every bit of it. Still no thank you note for aerating the walls, but whatever. So I just got 9 months of free rent in a house that otherwise would have cost me $3,000 a month, plus a nice cash for keys check.
And it's not a crime. This is what scares me. My wife and I are landlords, right? Something like this could potentially put us out of business. So it's very scary, especially early on. It's what a lot of people don't realize. When someone buys a property, a rental property, in the beginning, you're just trying to make this work out, right? And something like this, like in Portland, it takes time to get this person out of there. And that's the scary part, man, because there's no rent coming in. Now you're paying your own home mortgage and you're paying the mortgage for your rental. It's a very scary position for landlords to be in. So this really sickens me. When I saw this the first time, I've already watched this before. I was like, I cannot believe this. Here he's also saying this isn't a crime.
And I wasn't even charged with anything. I always thought that stealing was wrong, but it turns out if you steal a house, it's not even against the law here. So this couldn't have worked out any better. Thanks, Portland.
I'm blown away by that. And I really got to say, I can't believe, and I don't think you could either, right? Let me know in the comments. Do you think this is a good thing? People should be allowed to do this? I mean, he teaches you exactly how to do it. What do you think about that? Let me know in the comments. I think it's wrong. And I think there should be laws enacted to stop this. I would think this is a no-brainer. Wouldn't you? Don't you think that your Congress people should be able to make a law and say, okay, this has to stop. We can't allow this anymore. I just don't understand why something like this would be allowed. Again, as a real estate investor, as a homeowner, as someone that owns real estate, this scares me. I want to let you know something about the guy that made this video. His name's George. I actually know him. Luckily, this was a parody video and it wasn't true. He wasn't the one that actually did this. He took a lot of flack for it, but I think it was important he made the video because you're going to see in a minute what came out of this. I got to talk to him. We're in a group together. I got to talk to him about this video. He explained, man, this thing went viral. He's had millions and millions and millions of views. It's just incredible. It's a great thing. I believe when I first saw this and I didn't know it was him that made it, I was pretty upset, right? That someone would post this on there as a real estate investor. But now when I look at it again and I see what the reason he was doing this was to say, like, this is crazy. This happens every day and it's allowed. I'm blown away by that. I'm glad he did make this, even though it made a lot of people upset because they didn't realize this was really a parody. He wasn't trying to educate you, even though he did, but he wanted to show, like, look, this happens and this is how easy it is for people to do it. So I wanted to say thanks to George, first of all, just for making this video, man. It's been very informative for me. I had no idea in Portland that this was such a big problem, and otherwhere, in New York, in California. I just heard the other day, unfortunately, there was a woman that lost her life that went into a home that she owned, and there were squatters there. And unfortunately, it turned out to the worst possible case. Also in New York, this woman inherited a property. There were squatters in the property, so she changed the locks, and the police actually arrested her, the actual homeowners. I think this has got to change. What do you think? I think any normal person would say, this is a problem. What can we do to fix it? And I think something needs to be done. If you disagree with me, first of all, I think you're probably insane, but put that in the comments below too. Feel free to disagree with me. Let me know why. Don't just put some bad comment about whatever. Let me know why. Why do you think it's not a good idea to enact a law to stop this? But if you do agree, put it in the comments, man. Subscribe to the channel, and I'm going to put more content, real estate and everything else related, man. Hopefully this helps you out. Hopefully you got some info from this. And while you're here, why don't you check out the next video, and you're going to see exactly why I love living in Florida and what has happened, I believe, from him posting this video, because somebody did pay attention and listen. And there is some laws being enacted. So check that video out. Let me know what you think. And don't forget to subscribe and like, and I'll see you in the next video.